In my hand, I have the Kirkland Signature Driver from Costco. Kirkland is arguably the biggest name in golf right now. Hard clubs to find, give you a premium product, and this driver costs $200 versus the competition, which is costing upwards to $600+ Is it worth it? Is it the best value driver out on the market? Let's dive into it. So if you're unfamiliar with the golf club scene right now, Kirklands are the hardest clubs to find on the market, plain and simple. They release 2 sets of wedges, sold out immediately. They released a putter, sold out immediately. They're still sold out, to be completely honest. The irons sold out immediately, and they're still sold out. The driver released less than a month ago, sold out in 2 hours, and still sold out. Why are they sold out constantly? Simple. It's a great product at about a third of the price compared to everything else out there. New drivers from some of the big names out there are going for $600 to $600+ right now. This ships to you for $200 and free shipping. It's an insane bargain when it comes to golf clubs. Let's be honest, if this thing was valued at $400 even, nobody would want this club. But because Kirkland is making their club so affordable for everybody out there, people are so drawn to this. And spoiler alert, this club performs well. First, before we say anything, I gotta talk about this head cover. This is a phenomenal head cover. It very much reminds me of like a Titleist TSI2 head cover. I had the TSI2, literally the feel of it, how it fit onto the club, feels almost identical to it, to be completely honest. But before we get into the performance, let's kind of dive into this club and what it all offers. So the Kirkland club comes in a 10.5 degree head. That is it. Comes with an even flow shaft, either regular flex or stiff flex. That is it. Comes in a 60-gram weight. That is it. And that's it for your options. There are no other options. So what Kirkland does is they mass produce this product with very limited options, and they can sell it to you at a much better price. And the club performs great on top of it. But that is why this club is so affordable. There's nothing cheap when it comes to this product. It's a carbon head, just like anything else out there. Titanium face, just like anything else out there. You have a weight in the back to give you higher MOI, just like anything else out there. Now, it is a higher MOI driver with the heavier weight in the back. Is it 10K MOI? I have no idea, to be completely honest. That's the thing with this club. There's not a whole lot of information out there, even from Costco. But at the end of the day, for the price that it offers, people don't really care. All people know is titanium face, carbon head, premium product, cheap price. What else could you want? And you can adjust this club a degree up and a degree down. And that's it as well, which is also kind of limited compared to stuff that's out there. Most clubs at least offer a 1.5 degree, 2 degrees up and down. So 1 degree even is kind of limited. So which is something else I think adds into what makes this club more affordable. But this is a sharp looking club. I really like the look of it. You know, you got the black gray scheme going. You got the Kirkland signature, which is very subtle on it. You got the carbon crown showing through. It has the more satin type finish on top. I prefer the matte. But I mean, it's a sharp looking club at the end of the day. There's no doubt about it. A lot of people are saying that it's giving them the TSI2, TSR2 vibes. And honestly, I agree. And that's high praise because TSI2, TSR2, Titleist, some of the best drivers out on the market. But Titleist costs 3 times the amount of money as Kirkland. But did this club perform like it was a third of the price? No, not one bit. When I brought it into testing, it had a nice crunch to it. Like a really good sounding crunch to it. Wasn't high pitched, wasn't anything like that. When you hit this out of the middle, it had a nice just crunch to it. It sounded like a good driver. But if you didn't hit the middle, this thing was forgiving. It felt like you could get the ball up into the air very easily, and that's what this club is designed to do. It's not meant to be a low spin monster. It's intended to help you get the ball into the air, but still give you a ton of a distance and overall just give you a great driver. I did not hit every drive perfect. I felt like I wasn't brutally punished off the toe hits, and with the heel hits where you start getting a little bit more spin, I felt like wasn't losing a whole lot of distance with it compared to some of the other drivers I have hit before. On average with my driver, currently I'm gaming a Mizuno STG 220 driver. With my driver, I have a really bad hooking problem. I hook the ball. I am a hooker, plain and simple. So I have a heavier head in my Mizuno STG, which is why I use that driver, because it's the most fade bias driver I can get out there. So I average about 109, 110 mile an hour club speed with that. I average anywhere from about 270 to 275 carry and about 295 to 300 yards total distance when I'm hitting it good. This thing was going every bit as far as that. This thing was competing right up there with the Mizuno. I was getting about 269 to 270 yards carry and about 290 to 300 yards total distance. But I was getting this club to go pretty fast. I was getting this thing to go about 112 to 113 mile per hour. And if I really wanted to go for it, I was getting about 116 to 117 miles an hour, but I was really swinging at it. So this thing is fast. This thing has a ton of speed to it. It is a great driver head, but this club is not intended for your higher speed players. I would never game this club. There's not an extra stiff option. Currently, I'm gaming a Tour X Flex in my driver. So using a regular flex was a bit of a culture shock initially. My first 2 or 3 drives I hit with this were just snap hooks. Once I slowed my drives down, I started to get more control with it, but I felt like I was swinging at about 70% club speed versus my normal like 80 to 85%. Now, it's fair to say, yeah, there's a stiff flex out there. Sure, 100% there is. Hard to find, which is why I'm using this, but there's not an extra stiff option. So I would never game this club simply because of that. Now, you could say, well, why don't you just go take your Tour X Flex, put the Kirkland adapter on this, and you could game it that way. Sure, that is an option. I wish Kirkland actually just offered to sell their adapters separately so you could do that with other shafts. Well, what can happen is when you're taking adapters from one driver to the next, very easy for it to crack. If you're not with an experienced club fitter, it's very easy to break that adapter, and at that point, I don't even know what you do. If you broke this adapter, it's not like you can just go buy another one. The only adapters out there are the adapters that come with this driver. So it's kind of a risky decision to do. And that is the biggest downfall for this club. There's no adapters that you can buy, and there's absolutely no extra stiff option for this. There's not even a secondary shaft option for this. Now, even flow is fine. I'm not saying the even flow is a bad shaft, but even at a stiff flex, the stiff flex is a little bit whippier than most stiff flex out there. So you can imagine how flimsy and whippy the regular shaft was. But with all that being said, with the shaft, with how the club performed, is this club worth $200? I think so. If you're looking for a brand new club, if you're looking to get into golf and you want brand new clubs, yes, this is a great club. But when you start looking at the secondhand market, there are clubs like TaylorMade Sim 2, Cobra Rad Speed, Cobra F9, stuff from Mizuno. There's a whole lot of secondhand clubs that you can get to more of a specification that you want with the shafts that you want that are nearly the same price as this club. So yeah, if you walk into Costco, you're looking to get a new driver and you want one immediately, this is a great club for you. There is no question about that. I am thoroughly impressed with how this club performed. But with the limited customizations you can do to it, I think $200 is a very fair price for this, especially for a new club in today's market with how outrageously expensive clubs have gotten. But if you're someone with a higher club speed, someone who's gonna need an extra stiff, no, I would not recommend this club for you. If you're someone with a slower club speed and you want a more forgiving club, yes, this is a great club for you. But at the end of the day, I love the business approach that Kirkland is offering. They are offering you fantastic golf club at a much more affordable price, helping you get into the game of golf. You're getting a well-known shaft, well-known grip, and I can tell you, you're getting a good performing driver. I still wish there was just some customizations you could do to it. Like I said in my iron review, I hope that's something they offer down the road, or at least just an extra stiff option and a left-handed option. Both of those are much needed for Kirkland. But overall, thoroughly impressed with this driver. It performed as good as any of the higher MOI drivers out there. It felt great. It sounded great. It looks great. And yeah, when people see that you have a Kirkland club in your bag now, they're going to look at it like it's a TaylorMade or Titleist, because Kirkland is that hot of an item in golf right now. So let me know what you think of Kirkland. Do you think this club's too expensive? Do you think it's too cheap? Does it shy you away that there's not enough customization to it? Do you wish they offered at least a 9-degree head for you? I really want to hear what your guys' feedback is down below. But overall, great driver, great price. not a whole lot I can complain about for what the price of this driver is. All I'm saying, Costco, is if you offered customization to it, I think people would spend an extra 50 to 100 bucks to get their set fitted to them versus having to buy what you are offering to them. Again, thanks for watching my review, you guys. I really do appreciate it. Have a great day.